This is a basic architecture of message flow from publisher to subscriber. Multiple publishers are publishing messages to the PubSub topic. All the messages are delivered to subscriptions and then subscribers. This is a high level architecture, but PubSub is mainly divided into two parts: control plane and data plane. Control plane assigns data plane to publisher and subscriber. The server on the control plane are called routers, whereas data plane handles the message flow between publisher and subscriber. The servers on the data plane are called forwarders. In the diagram, you can see control plane and data plane layer. The servers in the control plane that connects to the publishers are called publishing routers, while those that connects to the subscribers are called subscribing routers. The same is true for data plane. Servers in the data plane that connects to the publishers are called publishing forwarders, while those that connects to the subscribers are called subscribing forwarders. The major role for transferring messages from publishers to subscriber is played by data plane. So we can say that when publisher and subscribers are connected to their assigned forwarders, they don't need any interruption from routers. So we can even upgrade the control plane without affecting the connected clients. Let's talk little bit in detail. First is control plane. Its main role is to assign data plane servers to publishers and subscribers. The control plane decides data plane connectivity on the basis of shortest network distance. The network distance is a measure of latency on the connections between 2 points. Shorter network distance would reduce latency and deliver faster. Along with network distance, there are two other factors that play essential role to reduce the latency: uniformity of load and stability of assignments. Uniformity of load means load should be divided equally between all the servers. And stability of assignment means change in load or change in set of available forwarders changes the smallest number of existing assignments. Means if a few forwarders are busy at a moment and available after a few seconds, the shortest distance would change. So the router uses a variant of consistent hashing to achieve a tunable balance between uniformity and consistency. Consistent hashing is nothing, it is a strategy for dividing up data between multiple machines. There is a service proxy works between publisher, subscriber and routers. The router provides an ordered list of forwarders to the service proxy. The service proxy connects to one or more of them on the basis of router's recommendation. In case of any connectivity failure, service proxy falls back on the next recommended forwarder by routers. Here the service proxy's main role is connection optimization. Otherwise, the client has to handle a list of forwarders and the failures. Next we will talk about data plane. Data plane handles the message flow between publisher and subscriber. Let's talk about how the communication happens between different servers in data plane layer. Here when I would call publishing forwarder, it would mean the data plane server that is connected to the publisher. And when I would say subscribing forwarder, it would means the data plane server that is connected to the subscriber. Let's divide data plane working in two parts: publishing a message and receiving a message. First, let's talk about publishing a message. A publisher sends a message on a topic. The message is encrypted by the proxy layer and sent to the connected publishing forwarder. The message is then returned to storage. Once a message is persisted, the publishing forwarder sends the acknowledgement back to the publisher. PubSub also starts a message replication between multiple disks and clusters. At this point, PubSub guarantees that the message will be delivered to all the attached subscriptions. The publishing forwarders has great responsibility. It keeps list of subscriptions, persist messages and track message acknowledgement for each subscription. Next part we will talk about receiving a message. Subscribers receive messages by connecting to the subscribing forwarder. Since message persistence is controlled by publishing forwarders, so each subscribing forwarder needs to request messages from publishing forwarder. Then publishing forwarder read from storage and update the message metadata status to outstanding message, start timer for acknowledgement deadline so that it doesn't send duplicate message before acknowledgement deadline expiration, and then return the message to subscribing forwarder. Later the subscribing forwarder would pass the message to the subscriber. Once the subscriber processes the message, it sends an acknowledgement back to the subscribing forwarder. The subscribing forwarder sends this acknowledgement to the publishing forwarder, which stores the acknowledgement in published message source. Once all subscription on a topic have acknowledged a message, the message would be deleted. This was a single message flow. The message flow process become more complex when throughput increases. I mean, publisher and subscribers will connect with multiple forwarders and it will look like many-to-many mapping. This was the internal architecture of PubSub. Next, we will talk about different ways of receiving messages in PubSub.